Hello and welcome to Starbound. My name's Lumin and right now we are jumping into the character creation of this most anticipated of titles. And I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. Also, before I click on that single player button and create a new character, I want to bring your attention to the music that's playing in the background. Because it's just so good. So amazingly, gloriously, beautifully good. I can't get enough of it. At one point, it nearly brought a tear to my eye. Because it sounds almost exactly like the Jurassic Park 1 music. All we need now is to jump into a chopper and do a little flyby of the local wildlife on this planet. Man, that would be something. So please, do me a solid and just listen to it while I'm talking as well. Because it is just well worth it. Now we're going to jump in, create a character, and let's start with the basics. The species you get to choose from. There are the humans. I think you all know what those are. The Avian, which are these bird-type creatures. The Apex. These are ape men. The Floran. The Floran seem, I want to say, heavily inspired by the Sylvari from Guild Wars 2, but hey, it could be the other way around. I don't know which was thought up first. And it's kind of interesting that you get to choose a rose. So you got a blue rose here for the males and a red rose for the females. It's cute. It's super cute. Then there are the Hylotls. I struggled with that name a little bit. Not ashamed to say it. And these are, well, three-eyed aliens. And finally, the Glitch. They're the robots. They're kinda cool. You get to choose between a plug and a socket here, which it kinda made me chuckle. So, let's start with the humans. I want to go through some of the options that we have available to us here, but first, there's one that is kinda universal amongst all the different species, and that's the personality setting. So you get to choose the standard one, where your character sort of just stands there. Very straightforward, nothing special about it. Then, you get the hands on the hips, proud pose. Then there's this one. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but if you put it on a robot, then the robot kind of looks like he's channeling Roberto from Futurama. I think that's his name. The robot that just wants to stab everyone. That's amazing. That's that pose. Then there's a slightly more menacing one. It's kind of like the proud one, except the arms are at your sides and the fists are balled. This guy wants a fight. And finally, there's, I don't know what to call this one, the prissy one. Kind of afraid of the big, wide open world out there. That's that pose. And then back to the standard one. Kinda cool. There isn't really one that I want to use above all the others, which I honestly think is a good thing. If there's one that everyone just uses, one that's much better than the others, that would be boring. So, let's start with the humans. Skin color. We're gonna go through pretty much everything, so I hope you guys are ready for it. I might put some timestamps below if you want to skip to the race of your choice. You can do that. But I urge you to watch it all, because there's a lot of cool stuff going on here. Now, I suppose before I do this, or let's rather do it afterwards. After I've gone through all the options, I'll just randomize a couple of times, and you'll be able to see some of the crazy, wacky, and interesting stuff you can do. Because I'm not personally keen to make one of each character exactly the way I want it. That would take ages. I already messed around a little bit with the Glitch, and by a little bit I mean for like 2 hours. I couldn't help myself. There's just so much to do. Anyway, skin color. Pretty standard selection, but they do have the extremes here. So you can go kinda white. I like it. I'm gonna leave it on something slightly more natural, just so that we can go through all of these and have them kind of look right. So I'm not going to have a vampire white character for testing purposes. And as you can see here, and as far as I can tell, both the male and female hairstyles are available for both genders, which I think is cool. It's better that way. Shouldn't have to restrict people. Huh. Got a straight up standard Tintin cape there. Is that the mouth? Undie color? Huh? Wait, I'm getting distracted. Let's just keep going through the hairstyles first. I'm not sure when I'm getting back to the start. Was that where I started? Let's save that as the start point and then go through them. Oh no, I haven't seen a bald head. Huh. You can make a real uncle here. You can probably make like a mad professor as well. I like it. I really do. Huh. I gotta make that. Where's the hair color? Black. Set myself a little Elvis up. Is there no pitch black? Oh, there we go. Hairstyle. Wow. There are a lot of options. Got a semi-guile from Street Fighter there. A whole bunch of messy heads. Is that a Wolverine? It might be. Might be a Wolverine cut there. You got a samurai top knot. Whoa. Not bad. Look at that. Oh. Isn't this even better? For that Elvis look? Probably. I hope you're listening to the music, by the way. Because I definitely am. Can't miss it. Wow, I'm still going. How many hairstyles did they add? They kind of spoiled those making humans. They really did. Because there are way too many. I'm just going and going. Or am I like on my third run through? No, there you go. That's the hairstyle again. That's where I said I'm going to save it. Wow. Crazy stuff. Jeez Louise, guys. Then, shirt. I also like that you can put the female clothing on the male here. Although, who's to say it's female or male? Seriously. Who's to say? It's like got some leathers on there. That's kind of cool. Pants. Now you can change the color of both the articles of clothing on this side as well. If you get something you like, you can make it a color you like. Make a real biker dude here. Gotta get like black leathers. Change this to something slightly more hardcore. There. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I made a generic biker. Now I'm not sure where the undie color comes in. Seeing that, well, I can't see the undies. Maybe if I change the rest of the outfit. Here, if we change the vest, perhaps? No. So what the heck is the point? Maybe if you randomize a couple of times, we'll see an undie somewhere. No, maybe the females have it. Hold on. Let's go to the females. So the females will have, for the most part at least, much the same stuff, but you'll see that this, for instance, was not present on the male. But all the ones that could be considered unisex hairstyles, they are there. Wow. Look at that. This is crazy. I like it. What was that? On the male characters as well? Looking kind of like a Floran or Avian here. That is a really big bow. Is that maybe the undie color? No. Not part of the hair color either. So you don't get to change the red bow's color. It's fine. We can keep going. Now, I know you will see the undies when you remove those 2 articles of clothing, because you can do that. That is a shirt, and that's a pair of pants. You can remove them from your character in-game, but I'm not sure how you're supposed to select the undie color if you can't see them. Are those stars? That's kind of creative. I don't know how that person styles her hair like that, but whatever. I won't question it. So after going through these, I'm getting to the point where I think I was kind of wrong. I mean, a lot of the styles are on the male as well, or at least a couple of them, but for the most part, the females have their own selection, their very own selection. That is pretty much exclusive to them and them alone. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff here. Definitely, but it is different. And I would say that the males have slightly more. So let's randomize a couple of times, see what we can get. Wow. Look at that. Zombie girl. That is so cool. Wait, do they have dresses? Is that a dress? No, those are pants. It was just the way she was standing. Got a little mini skirt on there. I like it. So much to do. Seriously, I hope there's a forum somewhere where people are posting their creations, sharing them with the world. Because I'm sure that you can create something special here. But that's about it for the humans. You can see that there is an unlimited number of combinations here. You can just do anything. Anything. Now, moving on to the avians. We're going to start with male. And let's just change the personality. Don't want that slinky looking one. Feather color. I like it. I like that you can choose these super bright colors. Let's make a canary. wait. I want to go through all of them first. Although like a black and white bird would be kind of cool. I definitely enjoy that. Now I think I've been through the colors like 6 times already. See, you can just see I keep getting back to the canary yellow. So I'm going to leave it on that for now. So we can just have a look at the rest of the options here. This is plumage. It's not a hairstyle. Don't mistake it for one. Huh. Now I wonder if these are going to have different male and female styles as well. Oh, it's so cute. Look at that face. Man. Although I gotta say, you can make a slightly more sinister looking bird. We'll stick with that. Also, why is this bird wearing a shirt? That's what I want to know. Pants? What? Why the heck do the other races not have such cool outfits? Look at that. It's like some avian tribal getup. Wow. And the fluff? Oh, that is amazing. No ways. And beak style? Wait. Let's just change the color of the clothing quickly so we can see what it really looks like. Something darker. So you don't get to change the color of the bottom part of that little tribal skirt. Very cool. Beak style. That is so small, I can barely see what's changing. But I mean, that right there is deciding whether it's a canary or not. I guarantee you that. I am sadly not that well versed when it comes to birds. Fluff. Let's look at the fluff. Whoa. So you can't change the fluff color, but I'm assuming that changes with your feather color? No, the fluff is always white. Huh. Can definitely see it better like this, so let's just leave it on that till we've gone through all the fluffs. Oh, it looks so cool. It really does. Now I'm going to randomize a couple of times the male. Or... no, let's do it. Wow, look at that guy. Proud and strong. Sporting pink. Huh. They do seem to have a rather proud heritage. I'll just say that, I guess. With this incredibly distinct looking set of outfits that they get to wear. I like it. I would not be against making an avian. Females. Feather colors, they are exactly the same. Let's take this one. Plumage. I get the feeling it's going to be the same. It is. And then with male and female, the only thing that changes is the bust. The chest. That's pretty much it. So let's randomize a couple of times, see what we got. But you can see it's a female. Just that little bit that changes is enough. For sure. Definitely is. I love it. I love how just the color and, say, the plumage and beak style can make it look so drastically different. I mean, you can make a canary and then you can make a bloodthirsty hawk. You can do it. Look at that. That guy looks like he'll pick the flesh right off your bones. I wouldn't mess. Then you got this guy. You can make like a grandpa bird. Oh, look there. Okay, this is enough. Next, Apex. This is the one that I've spent the least time with. Fur color. Wow. That is a magnificent beard. Should we make a grandpa Apex? Not that many colors here. Let's go with white. And see. Hey, these are human hairstyles. It makes it look so weird. But then again, these are pretty much humans. And I wouldn't even say that they're more primitive, because the chances are that they're far more advanced. That's just usually how it is in the movies and stuff. You don't mess with the apes. Oh, no, you don't. That is a very hip-looking grandpa ape. Gonna keep it on that. Change the personality. I don't know. I just can't do that one. At first, I thought that might be the one I use on the character that I make, but I can't. Should. Very clean-cut looking clothing. Very professional. I would even go as far as to say very military looking. I don't know. Skin color. I like how that's secondary to fur color. They obviously have less skin on their body than fur. And you can make some funny colored apes. Beard style. It's good that you can change that. I wonder if the females are going to have a beard as well. Oh, that's going to be good. Okay, let's randomize. A couple of times. Had like a creepy looking Santa ape there for a second. It's back. Get away. Stop. Oh, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I bet you can make the Grinch as well. Some of these guys are really funny looking, and I'm guessing that people that always make dwarves in games will gravitate toward the apex. Female. Fur color. Let's go with orange. Colors seem the same. Oh no, there we go. Pink. Aha! But the hairstyles are different. Not bad, female apex. Not half bad. I'm wondering if you get more choices in-game. If you get to actually... I think I'm seeing the same ones again here. But if you get to actually change it once you've created your character. That'll be fun. I'm definitely seeing some of the same ones over and over again. I'm just so bad at recognizing them. That's nice. That is straight up pretty. She doesn't look like an ape. Not at all. Is that a skirt as well? Skin color. Wow. Look at that. If I had to just look quickly, I could potentially mistake this for a human or even a Floran. Oh, they do have beards. But it's less a beard and more just the hair around their face. Randomize. Oh. Some of these look very male. And again, their chest changes and then their... I suppose their hairstyle and stuff, but the face is exactly the same. A lot of options. And that right there is the halfway point. And this is probably the most exciting race to have a look at. The Floran. Huh? Wait. I was about to say, is nothing changing? So it's just the underwear that's changing? You don't even really see the difference on the character. Makes sense. I mean, they plant people. Lots of different skin colors here. Kinda like it. And this is going to be like Sylvari, where it's going to be scary making a character because of the amount of choices. So just like in Guild Wars, it could go horribly wrong. You could end up looking like a clown. No one wants to look like a clown. Pretty cool though. Okay, so let's pick something planty like that. Foliage. Oh, I see. That's the hairstyle. Look at that. Got a proper flycatcher up there. That's covering the face. Wow. That one's got some corn on the head. Some of these are beautiful. But again, some of these do look like slightly more feminine styles. Then again, we did see that they're both exactly the same, the males and the females. Huh. I'm gonna just put this out here. You can probably make something really cool with a bald Floran. I think so. Let's keep going though. You can also make something kind of plain. Look. You can make your Floran look like a human. There. Looks like a human. Straight up. Wow. Or you can go totally cray and have something like that. Whew. Can that be used as a weapon? Mufasa Floran. Hold on. Hold on. Just a smidget. Leaf color. Wow. This is a glorious lion Floran. Look at that mane. I like it. There are so many different options here. It is astounding. That's like a really big rose. There's a mushroom top. That is cute. Oh my goodness, look at the eyes. That is just straight up cute. It would be kind of cool if you could lock some of the options and then just randomize the rest. I know some character creators let you do that. Man. Now we're back at the start. And I gotta say, thus far at least, this has been my highlight. The Floran. I love that one. I don't know why. I just think it's beautiful. What can we do with the color? So, the outfit, as expected, is kind of plain. Very much nature themed. There are at least some color choices here. Decent ones. Pants color. Make it green. Let's see about the flower color. Wow. As I said, way too much to do here. Way too much. So let's randomize a couple of times. I don't think we need to go over to the females because they're exactly the same. But we can randomize a good couple of times because there is just so much to see. Like 3 ago, we had like a beanstalk warrior. And that just says Sylvari. I'm a proud Sylvari. Huh? Is that like a little plant halo? Wow. And some of these also look kind of like armor. I do, however, get the feeling from just looking at the Floran here that they are gonna be very high and mighty. They just have that look and feel to them. Then the Avian will be very proud. And I'm not sure about the others. I can't say. And I think that's impressive when you can just look at a couple of random examples of the race and get an idea of what that entire race is about. That's just good art. Whoever set these character models up knew what they were doing. I could just keep going. I could just keep on going and I wouldn't get bored. Look at that. It's beautiful. But let's move on to the Hylotls. There's again not a huge difference here, but we don't know if the fins are going to be different. Skin color. Let's start with that. I'm wondering what these are. Are they bugs? Do they have like little mandibles at the front there? I mean, they got 3 eyes. So they're definitely some sort of alien. Let's go with that for now. Fins. Huh. Can make them look like an onion. No, no. I don't want that. Huh. Can you make them look slightly more humanoid? Fins. Are they like fish people? A water-based race? That's a semi-female looking cut. So we'll see soon enough if the males and females are in fact different. Channeling some Elvis with one of those styles. Mad scientist. Surfer punk. Wolverine burns. That could be the Hylotl version of Wolverine. Who the heck knows? We don't know about them and their culture. No. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is incredibly symmetrical. I don't know if I like it. Now we're back at the start. I wonder... Oh, you know what? These have similar outfits to the glitch, to the robots. Belly color. Belly color is changing their chin. Why is it not chin color? That's very interesting. Oh, right. So there must be fish, because fish always have patterns like that. Well, not always, but you get fish with patterns like that, where their belly's a certain color. Or even a snake? I don't know. Some sort of reptile. Wow. Okay. The options for the clothing. Nothing super special. Let's have a look if the fins on the female are different. I think they're going to be the same. I don't see any reason to make them different. Nah. Almost exactly the same. The body shape changes a bit. The outfits are a little bit different. So we're going to randomize a couple of times the male. Wow. You see? Stuff like this. Just looks entirely different. What is interesting, however, is that you don't get to change the color of their eyes. That is very much red all the time. And I'm seriously digging the robes that they get to wear. What the heck? Why do the other races not get robes? Are they like fish monks? That's cool. Look there. Look there. A fish monk. Fish pastors. Fish priests. I like it. Females. Almost exactly the same. It's difficult to tell the two apart, but somehow you can just see that these are the females. Wow. Now we're moving on to the glitch. The final race. Now these are almost exactly the same again. I don't even think that the head mods or the details and the detail colors and stuff are any different with the two, because I have messed around a little bit with the glitch settings. So, we're going to change this to something plain, like that. And then we'll have a look at the head mods. There's some really cool stuff in here. I wonder if you can make a Bender Rodriguez. That'd be cool. There's a distinctly female hairstyle. That's like the robot version of buns. Or of pigtails. I guess. There's gotta be a Bender head mod. Why would I want my brain exposed? What? Would they even have a brain? I mean, I don't know what the glitch are. Maybe I'll read a little bit about their history. Wow. That's kind of menacing looking. But do they have a brain to expose? Oh, there you go. There you go. A Bender antenna. Again, it just keeps on going. There are a lot of choices. I kind of like the little wings. And those. This is like Chun-Li robot. Their outfits are kind of boring, sadly. They don't have that much in terms of style or fashion choices. But I guess they're okay. Okay is the word I'd use to describe these outfits. So this is pretty much just for all the lights on them. Ah, there you go. That's a good way of checking. It's nice that you get to change that. Detail color. Oh, I get it. Okay, so let's change this a little bit. Is that going to be the detail? It is. Okay. Now, a lot of the options that you get to choose here, a lot of them, they also change some stuff under your clothing. So what I'll do before finishing this off is create a robot, just jump into the game and show you what the lot of it looks like when you remove the clothing. I'm not going to do it with every single race. I'll just do it with one to give you an idea of what's going on there. So let's randomize a little bit. See what we got here. I think you can once again create some interesting looking characters for the glitch. Maybe not as interesting or as extreme as something like the Floran, but there's still a decent amount to choose from here. And they can also be quite colorful. So, that's that. Oh, I see. Okay, so the females do get slightly different clothing. They can choose this dress. That's nice. Huh. I like it. But for the most part, they are exactly the same. Then, with each of these different species, you get to actually randomize your name, and there's some interesting stuff. Really interesting. Glitch Clank. Ramsai. Sea Knight. STE Dome. Gym Feet. Steel Wire. And these are, if I'm not mistaken, set up for each of the different species. Okay, so why are these all so sinister? Bite Killer. Ape Stabber. Ape Hunter. Bark Chaser. Vine Biter. These are a violent bunch. What? Bite Squasher. Cute Eraser. That's crazy. You just well call it Dream Crusher. I'm almost sure Dream Crusher will be an option here. Scale Puller. So these guys, the Floran, obviously don't like any of the other races. See, even these aren't so bad. They aren't directly aimed at the other races. That's crazy. What? Oh my goodness. Space liquor. I don't think that's safe. Goodroy. Betwell. So it's all just one-word names? I see. Anyway, we're going to jump in. And maybe I should go in on each of them. My plan was actually to, at the end of this video, jump in with each of them to just show you what their ships look like. Because each of them has their own ship that you start with. Each of the different species. So let's start on that right now. I'll show you what the human ship looks like. So if you make a human, this is what you're going to get. Now, I can, in the options menu here, if I want to, zoom out a little bit more. Not in, out. You can get a better look at it. I wouldn't play in this view because it's a little bit far out, but there you go. That's the human ship. It looks very standard, but it's kind of cool. Then, if we just zoom back in quickly, accept, I can show you that you can remove your character's clothing and see what they look like without it on. But, next one. Avian. Archmon. Perfect. They have a beautiful ship. The Avian ships are something special. Look at this. Again, just really proud looking. And look at the size of that ruby. That must be worth a fortune. Moving along. Next up we have the Apex. Probably gonna be Fruit Fighter. Nice. Probably gonna be the most advanced looking ship. And it definitely is. Look at this. Wow. Kinda slick looking as well. I like it. Save and quit. Next. The Floran one I thought was a little bit boring, but at the same time it is kinda cool. So it's like the human one, but it's been encased by vines. Some sort of space vines, I suppose. Looks okay. What do they look like without the clothes on? Aha. I see. She does look very feminine. Next. The Hylotls. I've not seen their ship yet, so this is gonna be new to me. What? It feels like I'm up in Chinatown here. It's the coolest of the lot. I gotta say that. It's a dragon. Why would you not want a dragon spaceship? So maybe that just answers the question. They are a reptilian race, but they're more like dragons than lizards, fish, or snakes. Cool. I like it. And finally, the glitch. They have the castle ship. And I just created a character called Bro Saver. I kind of like this steampunky look as well. Probably my favorite of the lot. And the chances are good I'll make myself a glitch character. But there you have it. That's that. That is the character creation in Starbound and all the options available to you. I can't show you what the robots look like without their clothes. There's a lot of color under here, so the color that you choose for the accents does matter because it goes on your arms and legs as well. Keep that in mind. Keep it in mind when creating your characters. But that's it. Give this video a like, share it, and do all the other good stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already. Most importantly though, happy playing and enjoying Starbound. Because I know you will. Happy that.